One of the themes and ideology that goes on in the Book of Five Rings by Miyamoto Musashi is the way, which refers to a lifelong disciplined path of mastery in swordsmanship, strategy, and self-cultivation. To put that into perspective, basically his quote was, "If you know the way broadly, you will see things." Now, what does that mean? Essentially, that means what he's talking about is if you are a good martial artist, you should be as good as a martial artist as you are a lover, as you are a cook, as you are a friend. You shouldn't just master one thing. You should master everything to become a perfect individual. Musashi Miyamoto was a perfect swordsman. If you want to be, you shouldn't just be a quote unquote perfect swordsman. You should be a perfect everything. Where that applies to me is while I'm still developing my skills as a martial artist, whether it's in jiu-jitsu or Muay Thai, I want to do my best to be at all things rather than just those two things. So I want to be a perfect friend. I want to be a perfect cook. I want to be a perfect martial artist. And whenever it happens, I want to be a perfect lover. I don't know what you're really going to do with that, but I just wanted to say that. Striking Chronicles Part 6. So basically, last video, we went over the fundamentals, the basics of what I learned during that sparring practice. Now we're going to go over the tactical aspects, the combat that I've learned to practice more. Now, one of the main things I've known first off, and that's the same thing with my jiu-jitsu, is that I play a lot of defense so far. And that's just because, I'm a beginner. So I don't know a lot of moves just yet, which leads to me being kind of predictable and me just standing there. Or I give wide reactions such as like cocking back or shooting back or jumping back sometimes even, surprisingly. I remember one time I was with my opponent, we were just in close together and I just kicked myself off of him to get away from him, which is just, I find that funny, but that's beside the point. I play a lot of defense so far, and with time, I'll learn it. I find myself, it's weird, because I find myself repeating that a lot of time, with time. I mean, it's true, the more you do something, the more reps you get in, you're gonna get better. So during last week's practice, I learned about the bucket, which is basically close and personal. You know how in Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions, you would be in third person majority of the game, but there would just be these random segments where you're just close and just brawling it out, which was the best part of the game. That's basically what the bucket refers to. There's a couple things I want to go over when it comes to being so up and close personal with them that fits into what I need to work on. So we're gonna talk, that's gonna be majority focus for this video. One of the things I learned to do is to use my peripheral. Whenever I'm up and close and personal with someone, I want to keep a good view of them. So I want to be at a certain distance where I'm not too close, but I'm not too far away to where I can strike. So essentially, I want to be at a good distance where I can see their head to their shins. So I can know if they're going to kick, if they're going to punch, if they're going to grab, or if they're going to knee. That's one of the things I learned, because if I keep a good eye on them, they lose their surprise and I can more accurately counter and dodge and parry whenever needed to. So that was basically the bucket aspect. So I have two demonstration dummies right here. The one with the boxing gloves is me, and the second one is my opponent. So visualize that. So basically in this scenario, as you can see, we're sparring, and then I'm throwing my jabs, and then I throw a hook. Now, this is wrong in so many levels, because one, when you throw a hook, you typically want to be really, really close to the opponent, not essentially a arm's length away, because one, you're predictable, they're going to see what you're doing. Two, even so, with the hooks I'm throwing, I don't know why I'm throwing such overhand haymakers. And three, I'm throwing my hooks wrong to begin with, and I've come to realize that the way I throw my hooks is incorrect, because I'm not really supposed to bring it out. I'm supposed to just shoot it out through my hand, if that makes sense. What I essentially need to do is, one of my sparring buddies, he told me to think of it as like a video game. So your jabs are like your machine guns, your SMGs, your AKs, shoot fast, but they're also used for, long ranged. So think of it like that. And then your hooks and your rear ends, those are like the shotgun blast, the big guns essentially. Think of it as that, which really helped me. And the more I sparred, the more I started to incorporate that into it. Now, why I did that, I want to explain myself a little bit actually. It's because I think of it as like Tekken. You know how in Tekken, one of Kazuya's main most popular moves is just him going from punch and kick, then just straight up spin kicks and all that. That's what I try to do whenever I'm sparring, but that doesn't work on so many levels, because one, instead of being a 6'5" half demon martial artist, I'm a 5'7" guy who's afraid of needles. It's essentially me trying to be unpredictable. I'm trying to throw, because as a beginner, I don't really know a lot of what's going on. I don't know much about punches and stuff, and I'm just doing my best. But I also got to be tactical with it, which is something I got to balance it with. So instead of throwing, if I'm going to throw a hook, at least be close. And I've gotten better at that. Saving those for when I'm a little bit more close and personal with it. Using jabs more. One of the things I've also learned is that I'm throwing jabs, but like I keep on being reluctant with it. I've been told that in sparring, it doesn't matter if it hits. It doesn't, or it matters. It doesn't. Well, no, it doesn't matter if it hits, but keep going with it because we're practicing jabbing. We're helping each other out, and go through with it no matter what, if it hits or not. So that's one helpful thing I learned, and I've gotten better with too. So that was basically the bucket aspects, or what I've taken away with it. Now we're going on to more simpler things, which is just footwork. Footwork was a little bit interesting. When I first started, I was told to, which is true, if you want to step forward, you step forward with your lead leg and do that. Now, as more I thought about that, I realized that in a real encounter or in competition, that's way too slow, unless you're just jumping and quick stepping. What I've been told is that I just gotta keep be kind of bubbly and always stand on the ball of your feet whenever you're twisting, throwing a punch, or whatever you're moving around. One of my buddies told me to listen to some music and just think of it as dancing. And it's not gonna be there's no award-winning dance, just something to get you hyped to, just to bounce around and get into the move set of just jumping around, and that's one thing that I'll incorporate more. And I have been, whenever I'm at the gym by myself, I just not dance, but I just be on my feet, and then I dance and I throw punches, and I see myself more effective that way, in my opinion. Last thing that I learned is pivoting. Pivoting is important because, as you know, a boxing ring is a square, and a square has corners. So the last thing you want to be in any sort of fight is backed up against the wall or in a corner. You do not want to be there, and you got to get yourself out of it. Now, typically, you don't want to really, if someone's punching you, you don't want to rush into somebody. You can't, and you don't want to give up your back, because then, you're essentially just saying I won, or the other person won. So what I've learned, and this is probably one of the best things I've gotten, is pivoting, which is essentially with your rear leg, you want to basically step off of it and then move to whichever side it benefits for you, and then just move out the way. So kind of I don't know how to describe it. I'll basically end up just showing you a video of me doing it to make it easier, but essentially that's one of the best things I've learned. And at first I started just spinning on it when I first started, which seems very anime-ish, like I don't know why I thought that, but the more I did it, the more I found out that it's just a pivot, it's just a quick step, and then if I want to, I just draw a right hook. That was basically the combat analytics of what I learned about it. I'm really happy with my progress. I'm really happy that some of you guys even enjoy the videos I make. I didn't think many people would enjoy it. When I first started making these videos, it was really just for me to see where I was at, and everyone else was invited to watch. But yeah, if my videos can help you in any sort of way, then, well, I'm happy about that. But yeah, hopefully this helps.